I guess you probably clicked on this video because you're about to go into high school and you have no idea where to start, how to make friends, or how anything is gonna be. And you're on the other side of the screen being like, Sophie, help me, I don't know what to do, I feel so freaked out, I feel so stressed out, like what do I do? Well, you do not have to worry because for that reason, I saw one of you guys' comments, one of you actually requested this video and I saw it and I was like, I have to help this person out. So in today's video, I actually sat down and I'm gonna talk to you guys and tell you guys everything that you have to know about your first year of high school, what you should expect, how you can make friends, and all of that, basically do kind of like a big sis video where I give you guys advice. Obviously, you don't have to take my advice at all because I'm just a random girl rambling on the internet and I already did my first year freshman year, so I have a little bit of experience and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Hopefully it helps you guys, so just relax, grab a popcorn, grab a drink, fasten your seatbelts because we're about to go on a journey. Let's get into it. Just as a small disclaimer, this video is not my video idea. I actually saw Nicole Lino do videos like this and I really got inspired by her, so all shout out to Nicole Lino. She's an amazing YouTuber. I love her so much, so all credits to this video to her. Okay, so the first topic that I'm gonna start with are classes. So classes in high school, how it is, and all of those things. I just wanted to add in there that every school system is different, especially when it comes to classes. I'm personally in a European school, so if you're in an American school, that may be very different for you. So just as a disclaimer, just as a heads up, this may not be the same for you depending on what school you go to, but I still try to make it as general as possible so that everybody can take this advice. My first advice in this category is pick classes you genuinely enjoy, and the reason for this is because, guys, we can actually make school fun if we have classes and subjects that we enjoy. So if you have the opportunity in your school to pick your subjects, then I would really recommend you guys because it's gonna be so much more fun for you and you can actually learn better if you pick classes you genuinely enjoy. So that is a huge tip that I want to put in there. The next thing, and this is a huge tip, is picking classes you know will benefit you in the future. So if you already have a plan of what you want to do in the future, like you want to travel a lot in the future and in your job you want to speak a lot of languages, then it would be very, very, very beneficial for you to pick languages in school, to pick English, Spanish, and all of the languages because you know that will benefit you in the future. So that is a huge tip, is when you're picking your subjects. As I said, if you have the opportunity to pick your subjects or your classes in school, or at least just some of your classes in school, always ask yourself the question before picking that class is, how will this benefit me in the future? Will this even benefit me? And if the answer is no, then you should pick another subject. And the last little reminder in this topic is that school doesn't define you. I know it can get super hard and super stressful because we feel like school is our everything, and if we fail at it, we're a failure. But that is so far from the truth. School does not define us, and if you fail at school, it doesn't mean you're going to be unsuccessful or a failure outside of school. Like, that is not equal to that. And God has an amazing plan for you. He literally created you for such a purpose. Like, you are so special to him. And what are the odds that you are here? So he created you for a reason. There is a reason that you're here today, and you're not a failure. If you fail school, that just wasn't the plan that God has for you, and he has something better. As long as you try your best, that is what's important. So just remember that. Try your best, and if you do your best and it still doesn't work, then that wasn't for you. And you just have to know and have peace in that God has something better planned for you because he knows us so well and he just wants the best for us. The next topic that I'm going to go on to are friends. So how can you make friends? What should be your viewpoint on that in high school, and all of these things. So my first tip on this category would just be to focus on yourself. And you're probably like, Sophie, what are you talking about? Like, this is a topic about friends. I don't really have to focus on myself here. But why I'm saying this is because, especially if you're starting high school and it's your freshman year, you have so much time to focus on yourself next to school because school isn't going to be that hard yet and that tricky. So in your freshman time, you can have a lot of time to focus on yourself, focus on your goals, your hobbies. And that is what I would really, really recommend you guys, is to focus on your dreams and your goals and not to focus so much about making friends, being popular in high school, because at the end of the day, does that really matter? Like, once you get outside of school, like, who cares if you were popular in school? Who cares if you had the most friends? Like, literally nobody. So that is what I would really, really recommend you guys, is just building the best version of yourself. Focus on your mental health and focus on your dreams and your goals so that your future self will be really proud of you, and you're going to be a lot more advanced as everybody else, because everybody else in high school, especially the first year, is focusing so much about
building friends and about being the most popular.
But literally, like, it does not matter. But obviously, we all want to make friends, and a really great tip if you want to make friends in high school is surrounding yourself with positive people and choosing your friends wisely. You guys, this is so important because in high school there is
so much drama.
That is another point that I wanted to make. High school is filled with drama, and it is impossible to avoid it because you have drama from your left to the right, in the center, everywhere. You just can't avoid it because it's all around you, and you can't avoid something that is all around you. but you can still try your best to stay out of it. So what I would really recommend you guys, if there's drama in your school, don't escalate the drama, don't gossip in it. It even says in the Bible that we should honor one another, we should uplift one another. And if you're not uplifting people with your words, then rather don't say anything, because think about it this way, like, what does it do to the other person if I talk bad about them? Like, if there's a rumor about someone, don't spread it even more, because it's not nice to do that. And at the end of the day, it just pulls other people down. It's just so unnecessary. People are just bored in high school. I'm just gonna put it in there. People are bored. People want to stir things up, and everybody's gonna make drama. So what I would really recommend you guys and advise you guys is just stay out of it. Don't spread it further. Don't do anything. Just back off and be like,
Hey, I don't want any part of this.
and it's gonna be obviously really hard, because it's something that I really struggle with as well, is gossiping in high school, because obviously it's all around us, so it's really hard to avoid it. And a lot of times we're not going to be able to avoid it, but we can still try our best to actually avoid it and to consciously be like, hey, I'm stepping out of this, I don't want any part of it. And it's honestly just so much better if you have no drama in your life. And for that reason, it is so important to surround yourself with positive people, because the people who you're with is literally the person that you are going to become. There's a saying that is like, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. If you're with people that constantly party, they don't focus on school, they don't focus on their future self, they just party, drink, and that's how they spend their life, then you're gonna become like that as well. And your future, I mean, how is it gonna be if you keep on partying and drinking every weekend? Like, for that reason, surround yourself with positive people, with like-minded people. It is so important to just be yourself, and the right people are gonna come to you, are gonna find you. You just have to be patient and trust in God. The people who are meant to be in your life will find you, and we just have to trust and have faith in that. But another thing that you should know, especially in high school, is that friend groups will change. They will get mixed. People are going to be friends with people who you never thought are going to be friends, because we're all growing up, we're all changing, and this is a part of life, especially a part in high school, because interests are changing, people are changing, and friend groups will also change. And that also means you may lose a lot of your old friends, but you're also going to gain so many new friends. Just be really open and just know that that is bound to happen. But now to the question, how do you actually make friends in high school? So I actually have a video about this, talking about how you can make friends easily and all of those things. So if you want an in-depth answer to that question, then go watch this video right here. But now I'm just gonna sum it up shortly. The most important thing is, if you wanna make friends in high school, is you have to be the one to take action and to go up to them. And I know that this is super hard, but if you think somebody is sympathetic, you can't wait on them to come to you, because most likely people won't come to you. And it's not because they don't think you're sympathetic, it's because they have so much going on in their own life that they don't really focus on, okay, I'm gonna go up to this person. You know what I mean? It does happen sometimes, but if you want to make friends, you have to be the one to make the action and go up to people, talk to people. And I know that's scary, but that's the only way it works. And once you do it, it's actually so much easier than you think. All you have to do is start a conversation with someone. And how you can do that is maybe compliment someone, or first, if you're really scared, you can just like smile at someone, a friend group that you think is sympathetic, just smile at them, give them a compliment, be like,
Hey, I really like your shirt. Where did you get it?
or a really easy way that you can make friends is actually joining events at your school. If you have sports, clubs, whatever you have, especially in American high school, I know that there's a lot of events like sports that you can do, events that you can go to, and all of these things. In European high schools, you don't really have that as much, but you still have a couple of sports in your school that you can join, that you can play in. I really recommend to join like social events in your school, because it is so easy to make friends there, because people are gonna have the same interests as you, so it is a lot easier to make a connection there. But if you don't really have these events at your school, then in classes, in new classes, because I'm sure you're gonna be admitted into new classes, you can actually talk to people there. And the easiest thing that you can say is,
Hey, do you know where the next class is? Or, hey, like, do you like this class? Do you like this teacher? Do you know this teacher?
whatever that may be, just start random conversation with people. It is a lot easier said than done, I know that, but once you do it, it is not that scary, and practice makes perfect. You have to go up to a lot of people in order for it to become easier and more natural. And honestly, it's always gonna be hard to make the first step, but that is literally what we have to do. If you don't have friends, it's totally okay, because honestly, it is better to be alone than to be with people who bring you down and to be with toxic and fake people. So if you're alone, just be like, okay, honestly, it is better to be alone than with fake people. And that is something so true. It is better to have 2 friends than to have a bunch of friends who literally don't care about you. Now to the next topic, which is dating in high school. So my biggest advice for this, you guys, is not to force anything. Just go with the flow, because if you force something, it's not gonna be good. So literally just go with the flow and don't settle for less. In high school especially, it is super hard with relationships, with first kiss, because everybody around you is kind of having their first relationships. You're just like, what is wrong with me? Why don't I have it? And because of that, a lot of times you can rush into things and be like, okay, I'm just gonna have my first kiss because everybody's already had theirs and I just wanna have mine. And you're gonna settle for less and rush things, and it's not gonna be good, because guess what? I have a lot of friends that actually regretted their first kiss because they rushed into things too fast, or it wasn't as romantic as they thought it would be. So I'd really recommend you guys is just go with the flow, not to force anything, and not to settle for less, okay? That is something so important. Make a list of your standards and don't settle for less until you find someone. I know that in this generation it is super hard, but there are still normal people out there, you guys. Don't settle for less. There is somebody for you, and make sure you're ready. Like, don't get into a relationship unless you don't feel ready. There's some people who are already outside of high school and still never had a relationship, and they're not late for anything. Like, you're not late for anything. It's not a race. Go into a relationship when you feel really ready. I personally also never had a boyfriend before, never had my first kiss. And guess what? Am I late for something? No, I'm totally fine. Like, you're saving it for the right person, so keep that and save it. That's all I can say. Okay, now for the last topic, which is organization. So organization is so important, especially stepping into high school, because there's gonna be so many things going on. So you're gonna have school, if you do a sport next week, if you are in any clubs, you're gonna have that. And on the other side, you're gonna have your time when you focus on yourself, friends, and all of that. And it's just gonna be a lot. So it's so important to stay organized, because if you don't stay organized, you're gonna feel like everything is a mess and you're not gonna be able to handle it. And this is the first year of high school where everything should be easy. But if you don't stay organized, it might get really messy. So because of that, I would really recommend to stay organized and find a plan for yourself that works. For example, what I do when I have a day that I know is going to be super stressful and I have a lot to do, then I make a checklist on my phone on the Notes app, and what I do is I just write down everything that I have to do so I see it clearly and it's in front of me. Because another thing that can happen is when you have a lot going on, you end up doing nothing because you just feel so overwhelmed, there's so much going on and you don't even know where to start. So because of that, a really great tip is just writing it down on a piece of paper on your phone, wherever that may be. Write everything down that you have to do, and then complete it step by step, slowly, each at a time. And once you complete something, once you like tick that box, it's gonna feel so much better. You're just gonna feel more relieved. It's gonna be like, okay, that is out of the way. I can move on to the next task. This is something that works for me. It may not work for you. So with that being said, that was this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this advice video, and I really hope it helped you guys. I am no expert in any of this. I'm literally just a girl on the internet rambling, so you don't have to take my advice, but I still really hope I helped somebody and I helped you guys out. And as I said, in my school system, it might be very different as in yours, because in Germany, it's like so complicated. I'm going into 10th grade next year, which is supposed to be sophomore year in high school. I'm already supposed to be junior, but in Germany, it's kind of still not considered high school. So just super complicated, but I still hope I helped some of you guys out. And if I did, please give me a like, subscribe down below. You guys, thank you so incredibly much for 7,000 subscribers. Like, it is mind-blowing. It is so crazy. God is so good. And what is so crazy, the other day I was reading something in my Bible, which was like, if you want to plant a flower, you can plant the seed, you can water the plants, but at the end of the day, it is God that gives the growth. It is so true. And I looked at my YouTube channel and I was like, you know what's crazy? It's the same thing with my YouTube channel. Like, I can edit my little videos, I can post them on YouTube, but at the end of the day, it is God that gives the growth. It is God that makes my channel grow. So all praise and all glory to Jesus. He's so good. And I just want to mention that in there because I can do my own thing, but at the end of the day, it is God that gives me the growth. And thank you guys for all the support and for all your love, especially on this video right here. Like, it is crazy. It really blew up, which is mind-blowing. So thank you guys. Thank God. And subscribe down below because now we're on the road to 10K subscribers and 90% of you are not subscribed. So go smash that subscribe button right now and let me know if you like this video, if you still have any more questions on high school, school in general. If you have any video ideas, video recommendations, then comment them down below. I would be very glad to make that video for you guys and to answer all your questions. I try to reply to as many of you guys as I can. God bless you, and I really pray you have a great start of the school year. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you all. Bye!